Next question says, as far as pause deadlifts are concerned, where should we pause? I assume it's dependent on our personal sticking point. It is somewhat dependent on that. Now, my recommendation in general is that for the pause deadlift, I want you to break the bar off the floor, a small amount, just barely break it off the floor, and then pause. That's going to be good for most people most of the time. If your weak range of motion is at the bottom, then you're pausing and holding an isometric contraction in that weak range of motion. So you're getting a lot of time under tension, a lot of volume in that position, so you can develop enhanced force production in that position. That's kind of the pretty central core thematics behind weak range of motion training. Now, if your weak range of motion is, say, let's say below the knee, pausing just off the floor is still beneficial in those cases, because the reason that you're weak at the top is likely because you're in a rounded position when you're pulling. So something like a pause deadlift with the pause just off the floor, it kind of punishes that position and it rewards people who pull in a more flat position. And so it really helps to reinforce good, solid technique. It helps build strength in that position, which is probably a weaker position anyway. Now, if you pull with a round back style, your weakness is at the lockout, and you're fine with that, and that's the way that you want to pull, then yeah, in those cases, I would pause just below the knee. So for most of you, you're going to be pausing just as the bar breaks off the floor. But for some of you who are weak at the lockout and are not in the process of changing your technique, in those cases, then yeah, you would want to pause just below the knee probably, but wherever your weak range of motion happens to be.